Hello Year 5, welcome to week 4, welcome to Monday's Maths. I hope you all had a cracking weekend and are ready to get on with some brilliant fractions explorations this week. Today we are going to continue with our looking at equivalent fractions. But first off, I want you to have a go at your arithmetic starter. Have a look and see if you can use your division knowledge from last week to help you out with number 1 and number 5. Now, if you get yourself in a hopeless muddle, then please don't worry. The wonderful Mrs. B has put some division tutorial videos up online for you to have a look at. So head over to the website to have a look at those. Okay, I hope you've got 5 answers in front of you. Let's have a look. There we are. Are those the answers that you had? If not, can you spot your marvellous mistakes to help you out? Well done, guys. Let's carry on. Okay, so we're going to look over here to start with. This question says, which images show 2 over 9? Which images show 2/9 as a fraction? Now, here I've got a selection of 6 images. I wonder if you can work out which ones show 2 out of 9. Now, things to remember is every part must be equal and the whole must be 9. Okay, so have a think, which ones do you think are showing 2 over 9 or 2/9? All right, I'm going to start by counting up the first one. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 overall. So my denominator is going to be 9. And I've got 2 shaded in. So that one is showing 2 over 9. Okay, let's have a look at this one then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I've got 2 coloured in. Correct. Oh, that's a bit of a weird tick. Let's try that one again. Okay, now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now my denominator would be 9. However, have a look at these two compared to these two. The size is not the same. They are not equal. So this is not showing 2 over 9. A weird cross, but we're going to go with it. Okay, it's the same for this one. I have got 9 sections. However, they are not all equal. So it is not showing 2 over 9. Here, this one's a bit small. You might have had to squint, but I do have 9 sections and I do have 2 coloured in. Now, even though they are not next to each other, that is still the same amount of having 2 sections coloured in. So be aware of that when you're looking at some of these questions, that actually they don't have to be next to each other to still count. Okay, here I can see that these are all equal sizes, but I've only got 6 of them, so that would actually be 2 over 6. So that would not show 2 over 9. Okay, what I want you to do now is pause me, have a go at colouring in 3/9 of these shapes. Have a think about how you would show 3/9, even though we've got more than 9 sections. Have a think about what equivalent fractions you might need to do. Okay, I hope you've had a go at that. How many of these squares on this, or these rectangles on here, do we need to colour in? Well, the first thing I'm going to do is count them. So I know I've got 3 across the top, and I've got 6 down the side. So altogether, I've got 18. I did a little shortcut. 3 times 6 is equal to 18. You could have just counted up the rectangles as well. So I know that my denominator here is 18. And my denominator for my first number here is 9. How did I get from 9 to 18? Well, I doubled it. So I'm going to have to do exactly the same to make it equal to my numerator than I've already done to my denominator. So if I had to times 9 by 2 to get to 18, I've got to times 3 by 2 to get 6. So I should colour in 6 here. And now this shows 6 over 18. My pen is really big so I can do the colouring. It's not so helpful when I'm writing. 6 over 18, which is equivalent to 3 over 9. All right, let's have a look at this third one. I've got 3 sections. I hope you spotted that if you divided 9 by 3, yep, you got 3. And then if you divide 3 by 3, you get 1. So one of these sections should be coloured in. Let's move on, guys. Okay, so remember that we have to treat the numerator and denominator equally. How can we use multiplication and division to help us solve these ones? Now, we did do a little bit of this last week, but let's have another look. I'm just going to make my pen a bit smaller this time. Right, so from 6 to 18, I had to times 6 by 3. So how much do I need to times my 4 by? What do you think? I'm going to have to do exactly the same, so I'm going to do 4 by 3, which is going to give me 12. So the equivalent fraction here is 12 over 18, or 12/18. Okay, now this one, I've got it the other way around. So to get from 5 to 100, what did I have to times it by? I had to times it by 20. I did. Okay, and now what do I need to do with my 40? I can't times this by 20 because I don't know what it is. So if I'm going back the other way, I need to do a division, the inverse. So what is 40 divided by 20? Have a think. What do you think it is? Yep, 40 divided by 20 is 2. So this becomes 2 over 5. And it's actually the most simplified version of this fraction here. Okay, so have a think about which direction you need to go in. Do you need to use multiplication, or do you need to use division to work out the missing spots? Okay, here I would like you to pause me, have a think about which of these equivalent fractions match up. Pause me, and then I will show you what I have done to connect them. Okay, I hope you've got those answers written down in front of you. I'll show you how I've done it. First off, I had a look at 2 over 5, or 2/5, and I thought, right, well, I know that my denominator's got to be a multiple of 5. 99 is not a multiple of 5, so it cannot go there. Then I've had a look here. 3 is definitely not a multiple of 5, nor is it a factor of 5, so it can't go to that one. So then I've gone down here, and I've gone 15. Now 15 is a multiple of 5. Before I've connected it though, I've got to double check that my numerator and my denominator are being multiplied by the same amount. So 5 times by 3 gives me 15, and 2 times by 3 gives me 6. So they are connected. Now, the next one I had a look at, and it quite quickly became clear to me what the connection was, because 11 doesn't have a factor of 3, but it does have the multiple of 99. And then 1 and 9, obviously, can be times by 1 can be times by 9 to get to 9. And that leaves us with 6 over 9, or 6/9, and 2 over 3, or 2/3. Okay, Lida has coloured 2 grids to create an equivalent fraction. She says, I doubled the denominator and halved the numerator. So what she's done is she's doubled the number on the bottom and halved the numerator on the top. Is Lida correct? And can you explain your answer? Have a pause, have a think. Okay, so what Lida's done then? Let's have a look at the fraction she has created. She has got her denominator is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, because that is the most parts that we have. And she's got 2 shaded in, so she's got 2 parts of the 8th, or 2/8. Okay, here she's got 1, 2, 3, 4 by 4, which is 16 underneath. There we go, and she's coloured in 1, which gives her 1/16. However, these are not equivalent fractions because they're not equal. If I wanted to make this equal, both of my numbers are going to get bigger. Let's have a look at the explanation under here and see if it matched your own. Lida is incorrect because if you double the denominator, you should do the same to the numerator. So 2/8 here becomes 4/16. I hope you got that one. Okay, now give 2 possible values for A and B. Remember, we can use letters in place of a digit we don't know yet. So if you see a number here, don't freak out. It's okay. It's just in there in place of a question mark. Okay, so this is an investigation one. What possible numbers could there be? For example, if we decided to double our 2 to make a 4, what do we need to do with our 12? So if we do double of 2 makes 4, we need to half our 12, which would give us 6. Can you pause me and see if you can find any other options here? Remember that whatever you do to the denominator, you must make sure you do the same to the numerator. But this time we're going in 2 opposite directions. So if you are moving this way, oh dear, trying to make an arrow and it didn't work. There we go. Right, if you are moving that way, you're going to use division. And if you are moving this way, you're going to use multiplication. So multiplication this direction and division in that direction, remembering to use the inverse. Okay, have you got some options for me? Okay, so if A is 3, then B is going to be 8, because 2/3 will become 8 over 12, or 8/12, and etc. The same with these ones. Okay, now it's your turn. Have a go at these varied fluency questions. See if you can work out what the missing digit is here, and then if you can work out what the odd one out is here and explain why. So you need to find one odd one out from each section here. Remember that you might want to do a little bit of multiplication and dividing to work out what the equivalent fractions are. Okay, I'm going to reveal the answers in 3, 2, 1. Here are the answers here. So 1/2 becomes 4 over 8. They are equivalent because we've times it by 4. 6/10 becomes 3 over 5, or 3/5, because we've halved our numbers. So we've gone 6 divided by 2 is 3. So 10 divided by 2 is going to be 5. Here we've got 3/4, and it has become 12/16 because we've done 3 times 4 gets us to 12. That means 4 times 4 gets us to 16. And here we've got 5 over 10 is equal to 1/2 because we've got 2 to 10. We've times 2 by 5 to get to 10, which means we need to times 1 by 5 to give us 5. Okay, have a look at these ones. Did you get these ones correct? You can see my stars there are telling you which one does not fit with the equivalent fraction group that it's in. Okay, if any of this was super tricky for you, or you want me to go back over one of the sections, then head over to our daily drop-in session at 12:10, either with me if you're in 5R, or with Mrs. Elmore if you're in 5E. The Teams link should be available. Okay, come and see us if you've got any questions. Your problem solving and reasoning is on the website, along with an equivalent fractions guess who game for you to have a go at. I hope you enjoy exploring some fractions. Have a lovely day, guys.